What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Sunday Spotlight. Oh, we might have the best tag team in wrestling on the program today. I've not been this fired up in quite some time. Of course, I've always got to have my esteemed colleague and co-host with me all the way out from the DMV. That's Shadi. How are you on this fine? It's a Thursday, but you'll see this on Sunday.
They didn't need to know it was Thursday, bro. But what's going on, man? It's your boy Shad Talks Graps, and I am back with another episode of the Spotlight, man. We got a dope show today, some dope guests. I'm excited for this one. So go ahead, bro. Introduce them.
No doubt about it. First and foremost, we did just have absolute takeoff. And that is not our next guest. Let me be clear. It's not Takeoff. It is Danny Limelight in the building. How are you, my friend? Good to see you.
What's up, mi gente? How y'all doing? Proud to be on the show, Wrestling Republic. You know what I'm saying? It's a good day. It's a good Thursday, you know? Could be better if the Knicks won last night, but we here.
Fired up about it, no doubt about it. I mean, you got Brunson, though, for nothing. So you guys... It's a good time to be a Knicks fan, I'll tell you that much. There's no debate when it comes to that. But we can't do this show also without, like I said, it is arguably the best tag team in the business without Slice Boogie, because we got Slice in the building as well. Shout out, what's going on?
Slice Boogie, King of the Concrete Jungle. You know what it is. I'll slap your mother if she don't like me. What do you want to talk about?
Yes, sir. Let's get after it, my friend.
And I'll take a shopping after.
Hey, by the way, man, rest in peace, Takeoff, man.
Yeah, that was a mistake by whatever. Well, you know, that's neither here nor there. That's a good point. Takeoff was great. Let's get right into this show, though, because obviously we've got a huge match coming up on Tuesday with y'all. This is one of those where we've been looking forward to this quite some time. I know it is a first-time matchup as well. You know, they're from Booker T school and whatnot. But what's in store coming up this Tuesday?
Tuesday, United Wrestling Network.
Yeah. You're talking about two underrated tag teams, two of the best tag teams in the country. Like, tell them, Danny. You know, Danny look what's on Danny's other shoulder. It's like he knows them better than I do. As far as I know, man, I'm just gonna trash them and get on with my day. But Danny knows him more than I do.
I'm going to keep it 100, man. Look, this is probably going to be one of the best tag teams that's ever happened in Southern California, one of the best tag team matches. And we just had a banger, you know, with the Krusty Crew. But these guys, Fly Def, Warren, Zach Thriller, you know what I'm saying? Zach Zilla, the Thriller in Manila. They both coming out from Reality of Wrestling, where I'm currently the guy out there. But that's neither here or there. You know, I've been watching this tag team for a while. You know what I'm saying? I call ball how I see it. They're a super dope tag team. Very talented. They're 6-time Reality of Wrestling tag team champions. You know, they've held belts wherever they go, but they've never came to Los Angeles. They've never been in the ring with 5150. And I'm telling you right now, we about to blow the roof off Oxnard. And after we blow the roof off that, me and Slash going to put them both in the dirt.
Oh, I can't wait. And I know that it's going to be incredible, but I will say it's kind of an interesting situation, my friends. You're looking at two guys in New York hats, and Fly Def's going to be coming from Houston, basically playing an away game, like you said, never being in LA before. Do you think you're going to have a little bit of the home crowd advantage on your side there, or does it even freaking matter?
We don't really care about the crowd. Like, the crowd turned their back on Danny when he needed help. You know, when me and Danny was fake beefing, I wanted the heavyweight championship. He had the heavyweight championship. The crowd act like they didn't know who they cared about, right? Like they act like I don't care about the crowd. As far as I'm concerned, we could use the crowd to amp up Fly Def and have them get more comfortable. Because every time the crowd cheers Fly Def, they probably think they have an advantage. But at the end of the day, we just rocking them to sleep. We always come in with a game plan. We're not just physical, we mental. Like we always have a game plan. And Danny's been scouting them. They don't know me. They never see me from a hole in the wall, so they don't know all the tricks I have up my sleeve. And Danny has a bunch of tricks up his sleeve, so we got all the advantages. Honestly,
I feel like they're a team that can handle You know what I'm saying? Most challenges thrown their way. They're a very capable team, but Slice said it best. We don't care about the crowd. That's just outside noise. You feel me? Like a lot of people, they come to Los Angeles, the bright lights, the Hollywood stars, the Walk of Fame. That should get real distracting. They come to United Wrestling Network. The crowd is a live crowd. It's always a sold out show. It's always a packed house. People sometimes ain't used to that. Fly Death, on the other hand, are used to sold out packed crowds because Reality of Wrestling has sold out packed crowds every month. So they're familiar with crowd advantage. Now, I'm going to be honest. They're usually hated in Houston. They're usually hated out there. Sometimes they're cheered. You know what I'm saying? They're going to come over here right now with two of the most heat-drawing, heat-seeking sons of guns that you've seen in pro wrestling. You said it yourself. Best tag team. Best underrated tag team. Underappreciated. However you want to call it. We hungry. And even though we got championships on our shoulders right now, we still got so much to prove. And putting down a 6-time world tag team champion like Fly Death, that's just another, you know what I'm saying, check mark in the resume.
I love that. I think there's no debate about it. And I meant it when I said it too. You know, I think tag team wrestling on some of those, you know, big mainstream promotions has struggled for quite some time. Y'all don't just have tag belts on your shoulders, but you got the tag team division on your back. As far as I'm concerned, you know, you don't get tag teams like 5150 every day. That's just something that comes along once in a generation. And I think the work that y'all have put in has been incredible. Cannot wait for that match, but I know, Shad, you got more to ask.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a big time match. And speaking of which, with Reality of Wrestling, like, you got another belt you just kind of flexed over there, man. I want to ask you specifically, man, how do you feel about the groundwork you've been putting in there? Because Reality of Wrestling is definitely with Booker T, you know, been popping off. They've been getting a lot of people from WWE popping off there. But what,
Yeah.
you know, let's forget about them for a second. What makes you kind of the top dog over there?
Listen, I'm only the 4th person in Reality of Wrestling history to become their champion that's not from their school. I'm an outsider. I've been in the company now almost 2 years. So in 2 years, I went all the way to the top. In 2 years. And before that, I was a Texas champion. Threw that in the trash, turned it into the Empire State champion. You know what I'm saying? I laid the groundwork. I showed to them that I'm a TV star. I showed to them that I got what it takes. Whether it's in the ring, outside the ring, on the microphone, wherever I'm at, I'm the guy. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, I win championships. Everywhere Boogie goes, he wins championships. So laying the groundwork, showing Booker T, showing everybody, you know what I'm saying, the Houston area and everybody at the company that I'm the guy. That's exactly what I did. I knew what I wanted once I stepped foot in the building. I wanted to be the guy. That's what we all do. That's the kind of energy me and Boogie carry. Wherever we go, we want to be the guy. And now we got these on our shoulders, which means we the guys in the tag division. So we want the best tag teams. We put Krusty Crew down. We put the Mighty Daddies down. You know what I'm saying? We got Fly Death coming in. Whoever after we get done with them, whoever they want to send next, send somebody from whoever. We don't care what tag team division, from where, what company, what country, send whoever. We listen, 5450, we are 2 top individual pro wrestlers that are also a tag team. Let's not get it twisted. We're not just tag team wrestlers. Boogie's a top guy every company he goes to. I'm a top guy every company I go to. You put 2 top guys together, you got the top tag team. That's how I look at it. The math is mathing to me. And just because we're not at WWE, we're not at AEW, we're not at New Japan, all these other companies that people are talking about, it don't mean that we shouldn't be there. Because not only are we nasty in the ring, we can promo with whoever. And that's something that you can't teach.
Oh, man. Dude, it took a lot of tutoring for me to pass math in college. There's no doubt about it. Shout out the athletic tutors at the University of Kansas. But that one, I didn't need no help to add up, because I'm with you there. And like you mentioned, both of you guys being single stars and top guys everywhere you go. Slice, I want to get your thoughts on basically the same subject here, man, because it's looking like this heading into 2026, y'all might be the most important tag team that's out there doing work outside of basically the AEW and WWE, and you might catch some of those guys along the way. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, like, just to piggyback everything he said, because you're talking about, it's not like we're 2 individual single stars that kind of are just thrown together and we have nothing in common. We're not on the same page. Like, we're both Puerto Rican, both from New York. He's Brooklyn, I'm Queens. Like, we're very similar, and we're able to just mesh and get things popping without even, we've never even had a training session together. Like, we're still working on that. We've never trained together once as a tag team or just against each other, anything. We just had natural chemistry, organic chemistry. And it's like, imagine like Kobe and LeBron never practiced together, and then they just, you know, they go to the Olympics and they go crazy. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing right now. So it's like it was just a match made in heaven. Like, it's just meant to be. And if Danny continues to do his singles stuff and win singles championships, I want him to do that. And if I do it, he wants me to do that. So it's not like we don't want each other to succeed outside the tag team, but the tag team is so popping and we're in demand and we're offering something fresh that nobody's bringing. Like, we offering something of an urban variety, and it's not forced, right? We both grew up in New York City. We're not making believe we grew up in New York City, right? We're not making believe we from the hood. We really are from the hood, and we have different upbringings, but it's organic, it's natural. It's not a facade. What you see is what you get, and that's very rare in pro wrestling right now, especially among tag teams. Just a bunch of phony baloney BS, if you ask me.
Facts. I'm gonna caveat on that because, not to cut you off, my dude, but like, we see it all the time. NXT, WWE, AEW, all these companies when guys get together and they the tough guy act on TV. Like, there's a reason why Conan, the OG, you know what I'm saying, grabbed me and Slice and put us together. You know what I'm saying? We already knew who each other were. We already knew of each other. We were already doing our thing in other places. Conan knows talent. That's a fact. It's undeniable. OG, triple OG Conan put us together for a reason. Because he sees in us what all these other people see in us that have given us opportunity. What Dave Marquez has saw in us. What Booker T has saw in me. What companies that have booked Slice Boogie and put their championship on him has saw in him. We have every bit of the it factor that these companies are looking for. But what makes us untouchable? Why are we not there? I don't know. But what I do know is there's only a matter of time. You said it yourself. We're on the cusp of something. We've never trained together before. You know what I'm saying? Natural chemistry. We even stopped teaming for a few years and came right back to it. In our first match back, we won championship gold. So my question is, what are y'all waiting for? Y'all want people that can wrestle in the ring? Y'all want people that can talk on the microphone? Y'all want people that can tell stories, cut promos? We do all that with ease, one take. I'm cutting a promo right now without even practicing.
I could not be more with you, my friend. In the 5150 name is even more appropriate because it's crazy. It's crazy. Anybody that hasn't thought about adding y'all two, I was completely unaware pre-interview of the fact that y'all never trained together. You guys look like you've been best friends since childhood in New York, let alone now I know Brooklyn and Queens, and there's a difference there. But man, when you watch you two work, it is just nothing short of sublime. And like you said, I'm with you, man. The future is as bright as it can be. And this match on Tuesday, I cannot wait for. But I also want to dive into one more thing real quick too, before I let Shad ask another question, because Slice, we talked about, before the show a little bit about you and Santino Bros. And that's where you sort of came up, and you're the head coach there still, and training and all of that. I just learned on today's show that y'all met via Conan. I didn't know that.
We didn't wrestle. We didn't necessarily meet because of Conan. We already knew each other from the SoCal scene.
Got it.
Conan put us together.
Put y'all together. Okay, that to be clear makes way more sense. Either way, I still gotta ask when it comes to the Santino and the upbringing and all that stuff. Slice, talk to me a little bit about that.
So I didn't wrestle in New York. Right? I moved to California as a grown man. I lived in California for 3-4 years. And I started to get back into wrestling around 2016 because I stopped watching for a long time. Mind you, I've been watching wrestling. My brother's 8 years older than me. I've been watching wrestling since I was a newborn baby. Right, and I'm a little older than you might think. I'm looking young and handsome and all that, but I'm not a 20-year-old. I'm in my 30s. I'm stitching on myself. So I had started working out, putting on weight again, started watching wrestling again, And one of my friends who would watch wrestle with me out here, like I would tell him, I'm gonna be a wrestler. I'm gonna join wrestling school. Why not? Why not? And he was like, well, do it then. Like, stop talking about it. So mind you, this is 2016, 2017. Matter of fact, it was like 2018. I'm on Tinder swiping. And usually back in the day, I'll be on Tinder. I don't even pay attention. Once I match a girl, I filter it out. Do unmatched. No. Oh, I'll talk to her. So like for some reason, I was looking through the pictures and I see a girl, right? A pretty girl. All right, let me look at the second picture. Second picture, she's giving someone a Texas cloverleaf, which is a submission, which is not a submission you do. Like, I think anyone could try to grab a headlock and take a picture and be funny about it. Anyone could try to grab like a Boston crab without being taught. But you don't learn how to do a Texas cloverleaf unless a professional wrestling school shows you. So I tried to swipe right on the girl. Thank God she had her IG in her profile. We didn't match. I waited like 2 or 3 days, and I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, is this wrestling or is this just like, because she had a boxing picture. I'm like, is this like just a cardio boxing class, wrestling class? She's like, no, this is a real pro wrestling school. And it was just like fate happened to have it. She's like, yeah, there's a 1-day trial in a few weeks if you want to come try it out. And I ended up joining the 1-day tryout. And then that's how I became a wrestler. Fast forward, I'm now the head trainer there. And me and Shorty are still cool. She's a pro wrestler too. We never did nothing. We never had any funny business, okay, before anyone starts to try to dig too deep. And I'm not going to tell you who it is, but she is a baddie. She is a pro wrestler. But it's just crazy how Tinder, of all things, could get me to start following my dream, per se. You know?
Bro,
that's how it went.
Honestly, as much as we talked about this a little bit pre-show, that's one of the coolest backstories of getting into pro wrestling I've ever heard. That's just so serendipitous.
That's crazy.
Like you're thinking
Especially
about it.
Considering Tinder is usually like next.
Yeah, no way. And
some reason I just like.
Well, how about the presence of
Texas
mind?
Cloverleaf? Who's this?
Presence of mind. Y'all didn't even match. You were like, whoa, wait a minute, not a match?
And yeah, I didn't DM her on some, yo, let's go get a Cheesecake Factory. I'm trying to do some things.
Cheesecake.
No, I was just like, yo, sweetheart, like, I saw you on Tinder, but no funny business. I need to know what's this wrestling school? Because then her profile had a lot of Santino's training clips, and I was like, now I was really intrigued. Like, yo, what is this? Like, I never knew about wrestling school growing up.
This is the
I've
most
Me neither.
ending.
Yo, my story is like complete opposite of
Okay,
that.
yeah, let's hear that.
Like what he just said is facts though. Like I didn't even know there was indie wrestling. First of all, I didn't know there was pro wrestling school. I thought to go to WWE, you had to be a collegiate wrestler and get drafted, kind of like the NBA. I know that sounds funny, you know what I'm saying? But to me, it made sense. If I want to go to the NBA, I gotta play ball in school. If I want to go to the NFL, I got to play football in school. So I'm thinking, if I want to go tell the crowd to suck it and, you know what I'm saying, hit a frog splash off the top rope, I got to be one of them guys eating celery in high school. So that just wasn't for me. You feel me? So I'm in Target with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? She's a little baby at the time. I'm in the Blu-ray aisle. I'm a huge movie guy. I love movies. You know what I'm saying? I used to have a crazy movie collection. Now you can get everything on streaming, right? And I'm in the aisle looking for a new Denzel movie. My daughter, she smacks, you know, she had good motor skills since she was very young. She knocks down a bunch of Blu-rays. I start picking them up. One of them is The Rock's top 10 greatest matches. And I'm like, damn. I hadn't watched wrestling, probably like 10, 15 years. I stopped when Eddie Guerrero had passed away. And because that's how I was going into high school, and it wasn't cool to watch wrestling, you know what I'm saying? So I was chasing females and stuff like that as a youngin'. But I said, you know what? For the nostalgia of it, I bought this little $5 Blu-ray or $10 Blu-ray of The Rock's top 10 matches. I go home, I put it on. I got my daughter sitting in a little bopper with a bottle. We watching The Rock's top 10 greatest matches. Her mom come home. Why is Dwayne Johnson on my screen? Why you got my daughter watching wrestling? She didn't even know that before Dwayne Johnson was an actor, he was The Rock. So I said, you don't know who The Rock is? Like, what are you talking about? Like, she had never watched it. So I'm saying I looked up online when WWE was coming to town. I thought it'd be a cool date night, get some tickets, go watch wrestling. Boom. They were coming the next week to San Diego. It was perfect timing. I got my tickets for me and her. I got a babysitter for the baby. I go watch the show. At the time, I was still in the Marine Corps. And I had a side gig, like a side job. I was moonlighting, where I was also selling jewelry at a jewelry store. Like I was hustling jewelry at a jewelry store, and I had sold an engagement ring to this Marine. I run into this Marine at this wrestling show at WWE's. It was like a live show, and he told me he's training to be a wrestler. I'm like, you bullshitting me, right? You got to be kidding me. Like, what do you mean you training to be a wrestler? Like, you're a Marine, bro. Like, he's like, nah, for real. Like, there's a wrestling school and you can train to do it, and they have shows and da 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 da. Fast forward, you know what I'm saying? I can't sleep at night. I'm thinking about I need to go do this. Like, I know I could do this. You feel me? Boom! I show up to the school, this little location. I see dudes in the ring, all shapes and sizes doing it, and I'm watching. I'm like, if they could do this, I definitely could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm super athletic, super. You know what I'm saying? I knew I could do it, and I started right there. You know, I only trained for like a month and a half before I had my first match. And then the school parted ways, kicked me out the school or whatever. Said I went into business for myself because I started taking indie bookings everywhere else. And yeah, that's my story. I'm not even like Slice gives me shit all the time because he's like, yo, you're not even trained, bro. You don't even train, bro. Like what if you trained? And I'm like,
I got a few things to say. First and foremost, I from a military family. My grandfather, my grandpa Zach, who is going to listen to the show, no question, is a proud Marine, as well as his brother was. So cannot thank you enough for your services, Veterans Day week, and everything, man. Like that is freaking incredible. But two stories that are so unique. I don't believe in destiny, bro. I don't believe in destiny, but y'all found the right place. Somehow, some way, no matter what, whether it was at Target or on Tinder, it was the right place to be because it turned into something special, man. And then to have y'all two paired together and everything, I mean, you mentioned the Krusty Crew earlier, right? And I was at that show. That's when I met y'all. Yeah. I thought that was the best tag team match. And I used to do ratings for Wrestling Republic, and we do our ratings a little different than Uncle the D Word, the guy that they talk about from that other place, the way he does his star ratings and whatnot, right? We've got a whole like pamphlet. So it got too difficult for me because I wasn't that good at school. So I stopped writing the articles. But if I was still, that would have been five. We don't break our system, unlike the other guy. That would have been 5 stars in my eyes. I thought it was the tag team match of the year. Y'all and Krusty Crew was absolutely ballistic on a Tuesday night in Irvine. And I mean that wholeheartedly. When it comes to a match like that, and obviously with y'all's crazy travel schedules, and I'll start with you, Slice, on this one, and then I'll go to you, Danny. Is that one that you sit back and like you get done with it and you look up and you go, that was it. We did it, yeah. Right?
We could always tell when something is good, and when I feel like Danny is almost never happy with matches, almost never. And sometimes I stop trying to be too much of a perfectionist because then you start dwelling on things. So like some tag matches, I think, all right, that was okay. Not I hated it, but like once we were done with the Krusty Crew, we were like, that was one of them. Same as when we won the tag team championships. We're like, that was one of them. And you could just tell by the crowd. You could tell by when you're wrestling, how are things going in there? How's the timing? How's everything feeling? You know what I mean? Are we hitting on all cylinders? You know what I'm saying? And we knew it was gonna be good. Like I've known Lucas and Dom for years. They're also Santinos. I know what they bring to the table. But they're best friends. They train together all the time. They know each other in and out. And I know them in and out. So I knew like the chemistry was gonna be there. And it was like me and Danny already have that organic chemistry. So when you're talking about 4 individual wrestlers who have good chemistry with each other, whether they like when I wrestled Danny before, we have good chemistry as well. When I've wrestled Dom and Lucas and they've wrestled each other in singles matches, you know when it's gonna be good, right? Like if you don't have chemistry with a guy at all, it's gonna be hard to bring 4 people together and have them all work as a unit. But we knew it was going to be fire, and it was fire. And I wish more people could see it because, like, I could compare it to matches that you will see on TV at a major company, and it is better. I think it's better than some tag team matches you'll see in a major company. Is it the best tag team match of all time? Probably not, right? We also
2025 maybe.
We're given time limitations here. Like,
oh man,
for what it was, you want to talk about an independent wrestling match, even though it's televised, one of the best tag team matches you'll see all year. No arguments.
I'll tell you,
Facts.
no doubt, man. I was sitting in a great seat for that match. And no joke, it's not that I was unfamiliar with 5150. It's not that I was unfamiliar with y'all or anything like that. But sincerely, right, it was a double taping. We mentioned because it was everything being taped, right, that night.
Yeah.
Y'all's match was the end of the first taping, and I was with friends of mine that we go to all the shows, everything that you can locally here in Southern California. I looked him dead in the eye and I said, I have to go talk to them. Like, I have to go talk to that. And that's when we met, right? And set up this interview and whatnot. But I sincerely I was so blown away. I was like, oh, whoa. I don't care what happens next.
Yeah.
Like, I'm leaving my seat. Like, legitimately. Like, you got me not just out of my seat during the match, but out of my seat after the match. Like, in every way possible. I believe, truthfully, it's the best wrestled tag team match this year. Danny, I want to get your thoughts on it as well, and then I know Shad has more questions too.
Yeah. So, I mean, Slice kind of touched on it. Like, I've wrestled Lucas before. I've wrestled Dom before. Two incredible talents. Underappreciated. Not really talked about enough. I mean, they're all over all the SoCal shows, but they should be outside of California wrestling on a weekly basis. That's besides the point. A great tag team, a young tag team, guys that put in the work, guys that work hard, and they want it. They understand pro wrestling. Now you factor in me and Slice Boogie, two guys that, you know what I'm saying, we in our 30s, you feel me? And we haven't been teaming long. We don't train. We don't train together. We don't have that work rate or whatever you want to call it for the people that are always in the gym and like recording videos of them practicing tag moves together. Like, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we literally was in New York, wrestling a show in New York, and we knew that when we got back from New York, that next week we was wrestling Lucas and Dom. And we had ideas, things that we talked about amongst ourselves of what we wanted to do. But we knew going into match, okay, our goal is, we're going to steal the show, but we walking out with tag team championships. At the end of the day, we still want to walk out with tag team championships, no matter how much respect we have for Lucas and Dom, no matter how talented we think we are. At the end of the day, this puts food on the table. You know what I'm saying? So we knew going into the match, we wanted to blow the roof off of, you know what I'm saying, Irvine. But again, put the kids in the dirt and move on to the next challenges. The way I look at it, Slice said it, I'm never satisfied with the matches. Like, I know he get annoyed with it sometimes. I'm a perfectionist. Like, I love TV wrestling. I understand TV wrestling to the T. From hitting my time cues, knowing what's needed, knowing how to work the crowd, but still make it so that the people at home watching are feeling everything that the people in the building are feeling. And after that match, I was like, that's wonderful. Like, just like Slice said, I don't think I had any complaints after the match. I can't recall. Maybe I might have said something, you know what I'm saying, gave some critique or some feedback to the Krusty crew on a professional level. But other than that, I was very satisfied with the match. And I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see the next tag team that they put in front of it. We got Fly Death, a very solid tag team that I think that we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have a great match.
By the way, I can confirm that because I was there right after the match. And your only complaint was, as long as I don't ask you a Mount Rushmore, you'll do the show.
It's true. or dream opponent.
I was a witness, man.
Man, I tell you, we get people hit us up all the time and they want to do interviews. And I'm tired. Like, listen, I've been doing this for a little while now. Boogie been doing this for a little while now. There's plenty of interviews on the internet that say who our favorite wrestler are, who inspired us, who's this, and we don't care, but we want to talk about the now. We want to talk about right now what our goals are. What our goals are is to become signed. We want to be on national television weekly because we that fucking good.
Yes, sir.
That's the only F-bomb I'm going to drop, I promise.
Dead ass.
Oh, I'm with you. Don't worry about it.
Super dead ass. Like, our goal right
dead
now is to, as a tag team, to have people just see, like, especially with United Wrestling Network, like, damn, like, what's this YouTube wrestling show? these guys are better than the guys I see on TV. Oh, this match is better than what I see on TV. Like, we want to bring more eyes to United Wrestling Network, regardless of the other wrestlers there. And there's a lot of talented guys. We're trying to take it to the next level. Like, we want people to tune into that show for us, knowing that we're going to give them something that they might have to pay to see on pay-per-view, right? And maybe not every match on the show is going to be like that, because there's a lot of developing talent that are still getting TV right, but we ain't getting TV right. Like, we're not learning how to get TV right. We perfected television wrestling.
We getting everybody else TV. Yeah. We getting everybody else
TV ready. Like we trying to make it so that, like, United Wrestling Network, if you're a fan of tag team wrestling, you got to see our matches.
That's the head guy at a WWE ID school. What you talking about?
Yup. And that's where I look at it like this too, guys, right? Like, it is such a blessing that United Wrestling Network is taped in that way, getting people ready for TV wrestling. I think it's so cool. Y'all stood out as the ones that know it, just like you just said. Every single time I've ever seen y'all booked on a show, there's no debate. Who's the most professional, right? It's professional wrestling at the end of the day. It's 5150. There's no doubt about that. Shad, though, I don't want to step on your toes, man, because I know you've been
different. Just let them know we different. We different. We not your run of the mill cookie cutter tag team. Like, we made top 50 tag teams in PWI, and we never trained together. We never trained together once, and we were top 50 in the world.
First year.
Let me say
we about to start training together. I got the okay from us, and it's gonna go stupid now. Yeah, we were just running scrimmages. We were just running scrimmages. We were just running scrimmages. Now we going for the chip. Now we going deep playoff run. Stop playing with me.
Knicks in 26, 51-50 in 26.
Yeah, stop playing with us.
You already know, bro. I love the energy. I love the authenticity. Y'all really, like, I've caught y'all prior to the interview. Like, I remember seeing some of y'all's work, obviously doing the research, and y'all talk about New York, man. Y'all wearing New York on your sleeve. Of course, a little bit different part of New York, upstate. There's a man named Westside Gunn who does have a promotion, Fourth Rope. I want to know, man, because I'm a battle rapper and I'm a big hip hop fan. I love the work that Westside is doing for the indie circuit and for professional wrestling in general. I want to know how it is working, like, shows, or kind of picking the brain of what Westside Gunn has, because obviously him being a big fan, but, like, how is just the environment at Fourth Rope?
Yeah, Boogie, you go first, bro.
So, like, we got hit up by Enzo, who we first met at MLW.
Well, we were MLW tag champs.
We were MLW tag champs within 2 months, right away. You know what I mean? We don't take long to get it popping. Like, they see us work, and they're like, oh, yeah, these guys are championship material. And that's exactly what happened. But Enzo had first seen me on NWA when I was working NWA as a singles competitor, 2 years in the business? I'm in NWA already. And then he knew Danny from AEW. Danny was on AEW wrestling Kenny Omega and John Moxley and shit. So he knew us as individuals. And then he met us at MLW. And then fast forward, he needed a good tag team, and we were the first people to come up to his mind. So Enzo brought us in. We deal with Enzo a lot on the wrestling tip. It's not, Westside Gunn is not like doing all the storylines. Like, Westside Gunn is not a Tony Khan per se. He's kind of behind the scenes, letting Enzo take care of the wrestling. And the environment is good. Everyone's positive. You got people you got superstars there like the Hardys. And then you got a couple people who've been wrestling 2-3 years. But everyone's positive. Everyone knows they have a place on the show. And it's just a different environment, because we talk about an urban environment, a show that's kind of made for Blacks, Latins, not excluding white people, but it's more for the urban culture, hip hop culture. It's way different than any mainstream wrestling you've ever seen. So, like, I fit right in. Like when we saw Beanie Siegel backstage, and Danny didn't know that was him because he was looking older. I was like, yo, I think that's Beanie Siegel. He's like, no. And then Beanie Siegel gets up, walks out, and performs like his greatest hits. So I'm like, this is the type of environment we need to be in, because we really from the hood. We really like that. And there's not a lot of people from the hood that's like that choose to become professional wrestlers. Most of us are dead or in jail, or we just didn't know that we couldn't become a professional wrestler. We didn't know, and no one schooled us to the game. Or maybe there's a kid in the hood out there who wants to be a pro wrestler, and his friends are telling him he can't do it. And the hood is like that. The hood is telling you, you're not gonna be a pro wrestler. Go just trap, right? Just rob people. Just do foul shit. But at the end of the day, if you chase a dream, you can do it. And we live in proof that two people from the hood who didn't have the best upbringing could chase their dream and be pro wrestlers. So like, we want more people from the hood. Look up wrestling schools. If you really love it, you can do it. Like if I played basketball my whole life. If you athletic, you play football, you can do it. You just got to be disciplined and you got to listen. Like you can't come in with that hood mentality that I know it all. I'm super gangster. You got to be a student of the game, and things can happen for you. And that's why it's happening for us. Fourth rope, opening the door. Everything they give us, we knock out the park like a home run. It's like Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm gonna jump on that train real quick. We definitely want to give a shout out to Enzo Amore, aka Real One. You know what I'm saying? I remember, Slice talked about how we met him and all that, but I remember I was in the gym in Kentucky. I was shooting a movie in Kentucky. I was working out with Lord Crew, who's based out of that way. He's a Cincinnati guy. I'm in the gym working out. I get a call from Real One. And he told me what he wanted to do. And I told him straight up. I said, me and Slice have not teamed in 3 years. He said, do you think you guys would be interested in doing this? I said, if you get Slice on board, I'm with it. Because I already had seen what Fourth Rope was doing. Westside Gun loves this business. He loves pro wrestling. Shout out to the boss, Westside Gun. Shout out to Smoke Dizza, who also works hand in hand with Enzo throughout this entire process. Enzo hits me up. Yo, Slice is with it. Me and Slice start talking again. Yo, let's get to it. Boom. Start rocking and rolling with Fourth Rope. So Slice hit the nail right on the head. It's for the culture. It's for people like us. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. This is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but I don't care. Wrestling is full of a bunch of fucking weirdos. Lame-ass dudes who didn't have shit rocking for them outside of wrestling. We not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of wrestling, you take my trunks off, you take my boots off. I'm living in LA, making money, doing my thing. I have a sexy-ass wife. I got beautiful kids. I'm good. I promise you. Boogie good. I promise you. But we love wrestling. We have that street mentality. So off rip, people ain't gonna rock with us the way they rock with the dude who live in his mom's basement. You feel me? The way they rock with the dude who can't get a girl unless he got a championship belt. You feel me? So we coming from that environment. So being in Fourth Rope, we feel right at home. We get there, Enzo tells us what he wants, say less. Say less. And we make it do what it do. You feel me? So now that things with Fourth Rope are starting to really take off even more, you know what I'm saying? We got a show in North Carolina this month. You got Miami Fashion Week coming up. We just did Six Flags. I was a kid. I couldn't even go to Six Flags because my family didn't have the money to get me tickets to go to Six Flags as a kid. And we in there, sold out crowd at Six Flags Great Adventures, whooping ass, and then we hop the line and ride the rides.
That is
Gangsta,
so
I
what's
love
up.
that.
That's
Slice
so
said
what's
it
up.
better,
You
bro.
can't even make it up, bro.
He said Slice said we like them bum ass roller coasters at Six Flags because we stuck back at the top.
I sincerely,
Gangsta, I love
that
it.
is so cool. And I mean, I'll tell you this too. Like, what Fourth Row's doing and what y'all are doing in that company, inside of that picture too, is so cool. I'm a diehard hip hop head. I'm from Chicago, right? Like, I'm as big of a sneaker head and a hip hop head as you can find of a kid. There's no one realer than 5150. Like, it's just talking to both of y'all and everything else. Shad, I know you probably got one more question to ask, and I don't want to take too much of
I
our
got a
good friend's time here.
I got a story and a question, man, because Danny, I don't even know if Clark remember this. The first time I seen you is we was watching the Chris Bay show, and you got to cut a little promo on a former WWE superstar Karrion Kross, now Killer Kross. And they kind of disrespected you. I saw you cut a little video of a day. I believe it's FSW, if I'm not mistaken. It seemed like y'all locked in for a match, so I kind of want to give you the floor and tell Mr. Like, what's going to happen to Kross?
November 23rd, FSW Luck of the Draw. Danny Limelight versus Karrion Kross. Nah, Danny Limelight versus Killer Kross. I'm bringing the real lunatic out. You see, he out there running his mouth saying I disrespected him, I disrespected Chris Bay, all this trash. He dropped me on my head back a couple months back at the Benefit for Bay show. So this is what I'm gonna do. I told him straight up, man. Everybody online, oh, I'm scared what's gonna happen to Danny. Danny's gonna get what he deserves. Blah blah. All these little Twitter thumbs going crazy. I'm talking to Kross right now. I'm gonna see you in a little over a week. A little over a week, I got a date with death. I'm gonna look death in the face and I'm gonna slap the shit out you. Word to my moms.
Hell yeah, word to your mother. Now we're talking, my friend. Danny, I'm with you there. I have my own thoughts on Kross. I got in trouble. I made fun of him on a podcast earlier this year. He got mad. He didn't like it. He didn't think it was funny. So if you want to invoke some of the lines that I used, they were good. It made him mad. The whole thing made him mad. I'm just saying it totally worked out. But Slice, I also got to ask you one more thing. So obviously we have ruled out any sort of questions about Mount Rushmores, but you mentioned being a hooper. And as a hooper myself, believe it or not, I was an AAU baller, right? I held Drew Holiday to 48 points as a 12-year-old.
Oh, that's good. Good job. Good job.
And
He did Adam to 50. He did Adam to 5150.
Yeah, no way, dude. No 50 burger. Not on me, man.
He said I held him to 48 points.
Drew Holiday was sick in high school. Like,
yeah, I had
spin move,
12
dunk
and
on you.
5.
Okay. You didn't get donut.
No.
That's good.
But what I wanted to ask you is, I want your Mount Rushmore of street ball courts in New York City.
Oh, that's a good one.
Street
For
ball.
We're
Slice.
actually going to do that. We are going to do one Rushmore.
So I'm going to do the two legendary courts, West 4th Street, The Cage, and Polo Grounds, 155th Street in Harlem. Those are two legendary courts. I played there just as a street baller. But then I have to throw in my hood court, Ravenswood Projects, DS Block, 21st Street, 34th Avenue, a few blocks away from Queensbridge. Ravenswood Projects, DS Block. A lot of basketball went down there. And then I got to throw in, there's a park named Hoyt Park, right off of the RFK Bridge, Triborough Bridge. It's called Hoyt Park in Astoria, Queens. And we used to ball major over there. Like, I got to throw in my two hometown basketball courts. And I grew up hooping. Like, my hood is known for basketball players. Like, we got, I think from my hood, we got two players right now playing on UCLA from Ravenswood. It's a kid named Brandon and another kid. They play for UCLA right now. My homie Devin Ebanks, my little homie, but he's 6'8", but he's younger than me. He played for the Lakers for a few years. Like, we have a history. Even my side of Queens, we have a history. Kenny Anderson, Kenny Smith, like Speedy Claxton, like just Queensbridge, Ron Artest, he would come to the hood all the time. He would play ball with us. He'll come out of nowhere. So, like, I grew up around that street ball environment. Like, shout out to Ravenswood, shout out to Astoria, Queensbridge, Woodside Projects. Like, basketball was my life. Like, I'm doo-doo now. I tried playing a few months ago.
Oh,
I'm doo-doo. I still got the handle.
I'm in the same boat.
Danny never played organized basketball, and he's a very confident human being. I will scrape Danny. I don't know if he'll score more than 2 or 3 points.
Yo, Green Grass Park, you know what I'm saying? People's Park off Marcy Avenue. I can't believe you didn't say the Rucker, though.
He did. He said Polo Grounds.
Oh, he said
Polo Grounds is the Rucker.
Polo Grounds is Rucker.
Whoa,
That
Danny.
shows how he don't know. He don't know what he's talking about.
Polo Grounds is the Rucker. What do you mean?
He wasn't going.
What are you talking about, Danny?
Wait, I never heard. Yo, I swear, I've never heard it called Polo. I've never heard it called Polo Grounds.
That's the project.
You never went to Washington Heights?
I'm not
That's the
talking
project.
about.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you four
There's a
baseball
whole song
diamonds.
about it across 110th Street. Ask Bobby Womack.
Listen, I'll tell you four baseball
I used to live
diamonds.
on 110 and First too. What up? 1199.
Sorry.
I was across the street from Hodges.
I'll tell you about Gleason. I'll tell you about Gleason's gym. I'll tell you about that.
Gleason's. I love that. Little hands.
But I wasn't a hooper. Slice was the hooper.
Were you working with
was a
Jerry
hooper.
Coney at Gleason's?
No.
Is Jerry still there?
He's very picky about who he works with, bro.
I knew that.
He ain't
You were
just picking
hucking hands.
whoever.
My pops was a Golden Gloves guy in Kansas, but a huge boxing fan.
I wish I would have boxed.
Gleason's was outstanding.
I got a question though. Any wrestlers that y'all wrestle, like any wrestlers that y'all play ball with at any point? Like,
Oh, who can hoop in wrestling?
like-
That's a good question, actually.
So like I had to give up basketball to wrestle because like you can't sprain your ankle and you got a shoulder next day.
Yeah, but Slice, I'm
So,
telling
like,
you right now.
I had
I
to,
feel like-
I had to give
I
it
ain't
up.
gonna lie. I feel like Jerry Lynn might have a little jump shot to him.
Me at point guard,
I ain't gonna
Slice, if you
lie.
can still get up,
Jerry Lynn.
if you can still get up,
Pause.
there's not a
I
there's,
run point
there's not
too.
an
I
alley
run
oop in the
point
game.
Pause.
Nobody
Clark-
could beat us two
Clark
on
the king
two.
of pause, bro.
Big
I don't know
pause
who
on that
can
one.
hoop. Like,
Nobody
I'm
could
always
beat
like-
us 2-on-2 if you can still get up. Nobody can
So
beat
like
us.
every time I see a tall wrestler,
Yeah.
I press him like, yo, you hoop. Like Brody King is from my school, and I would always press him like, yo, you used to play basketball, right? And he would always deny it. And I feel like he might have been lying. Then like you got guys like, I'm trying to think of who's tall as hell. Remember that guy, the guy who was at United, tall
Yes.
guy,
Tylos?
Yes.
Talos. I'm like, you play ball? He's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I know, bro.
if you're a 7-footer, you gotta play ball.
Gotta
RIP
play
Jack
ball.
Dane from NWA.
Yeah.
We would talk basketball all the time, and you wouldn't think, right? He's like 6'3", 280-pound monster of a man. But he's like, yeah, I had a scholarship as a small forward at like a D1 school, and I would never guess.
Wow.
So sometimes you might think every tall goofy is a basketball player, but nah, it'll be like the 6'3", 6'4" guy who played football and basketball.
Yeah.
And you won't tell because he just looks stocky, you know. So
That's a fact.
I feel like if we had a basketball game with all the indie wrestlers, I'm scraping. Maybe the centers are gonna block me, but I'm scraping people because I'm hitting you with a sham guard in and out behind the back, and
You got a sham guard in the bag? Still?
Yeah, I got multiple sham guards. I got
I
sham
love
guards with
that.
legs, but
Shout out-
I'm gonna miss the
Shout
layup.
out
'cause I'm
Queensbridge.
washed.
Shout out
I'm
Shane
missing-
I'm
Clark.
washed.
Hey, you know, we should
I'm washed, but I still gotta do.
we should go down where Professor be at out here in LA hooping and shit.
Let's go.
I don't want-
I'm
I
in.
don't-
I'm
he
in.
has-
Let's
He
roll
played ball
up.
every day for 40 years. I'm not
Let's
gonna-
do it.
If he
By the
drops
way,
me,
I look
if he
like
drops
the-
me, I'm gonna power drive him. If Professor drop me on the basketball court, I'm gonna kick him in the stomach. I'm gonna power drive him, dead ass
Bro.
drive him,
Bro,
and then we'll see who really won.
I will bet my money that he's probably gonna get power drive if it's the professor.
Henny.
My
What is it
defense,
again?
I'm trying to
Henny
play
pizza
defense.
power drivers?
Yo, when I was
Yeah, that's all
growing
I
up,
got.
everybody was Professor Hot Sauce, Skip to my Lou.
Shirt on.
Come on, yeah. I used to,
Hey yo,
I got the. I just actually realized that I'm like I'm wearing a
Helicopter.
t-shirt.
That motherfucker go crazy.
Helicopter was
What's
nice.
I used to watch that one mixtape.
And
I used
one
to have
was
all
the
the
best
I
thing
used to have
ever.
I used to have all the DVDs. AO, I think he
Yeah.
played like he was on the Suns like practice squad at one point.
Skip
Or like
to my
the
Lou.
G League.
Ali Mo was the best.
Yeah, I know.
one.
Ray for Austin, he had a
Well,
good
Ray
career.
for skip
Ali
to
Mo-
my.
Well, Ali Mo is the best one who didn't make it to the league, but because
That's
he
true.
couldn't leave the streets. He was 6'7", and he was like he wasn't the flashiest. He was
Hot
And
hot.
then,
Sauce, Hot Sauce
who's
might be
the-
throwing basketballs on people's heads.
Yes.
Yeah.
When he was Atlanta, by the way, who was the kid from New Jersey that was the dunker? That was who I
Was
thought.
that helicopter?
I think it was.
Main event? No.
Oh,
Might
main
have been.
event.
Main
It was
event.
main
Might have been.
event.
That I'm thinking main event.
Crazy.
Main
It
event
was
was the
main
guy
event.
that I was like, he could play. Yeah.
Speaking of main event, House of Glory. Bring 5150 into work main event.
Yes.
Talk about it.
What are we doing here?
We want main event. We want better together. I want the unit. Pause.
Forget the.
Thinking of tag teams, man. What tag teams, man? What are tag teams at on the indie scene, man?
What's going on?
I want the Rascals. Come on.
Where
Come
are the
with it.
rascals at?
Come
Where are
with it.
the rascals at?
Come with it.
We need them all. We want all the talented tag teams. We want to go at it, right?
Oh.
'Cause we talk a good game, but we back it up.
But look,
So like
this is
all,
what we want
all
y'all to
these
do.
companies, we want your best tag teams. Don't give us enhancement talent. Don't give us the rookies trying to find our way. Give us your best. Because on the West Coast, we the best, right?
Facts.
We the best. So we want the
Facts.
best in the Midwest, the best on the South, the best on the East Coast, the best in Japan, best in Alaska,
Mexico,
best
Puerto
everywhere.
Rico.
Mexico. Hey, we the lucha killers. You know how many luchas we buried? Shh, you
Talk
might as well
about
call
it.
us the wrestling cartel. We burying people out here. Bring
Outta
us
here.
out. Stop front. Stop being cheap. You know what I mean?
Yup.
The Supreme costs money, right? Talking about that.
Nah,
Christmas
man,
tree
I
costs money.
definitely,
Hey up.
I definitely
Hey
want to
up.
see.
You want good
see y'all out in
wrestling?
the
Hey
DMV.
up. Y'all so cheap. Y'all want to bring trash wrestlers? Save a couple bucks? Nah.
Pay up.
Bring that checkbook out.
Cut the
Bring
check.
in the real wrestlers.
I am. I'm
I'm
so
here
with you.
for
We
it, man.
so dead
I mean,
ass. You know what's crazy? Is everybody gonna watch it? Oh, they just working. Nah, we dead ass. This how
No.
we
they
for real.
They
No,
was
I'm-
talking like
for
this
real.
before the interview
I
too.
can confirm on that, man. We pre-interview went the same as the interview, my friends, and that doesn't usually happen. I'll tell you that much on Wrestling Republic. You don't get as real as 5150 in this world, not in today's day and age, not in 2025.
We ain't
I
these
think
little nerds
they
y'all used
scared.
to, bro.
I think they
they are.
scared because we not nerds. Like, you dealing with a ghetto individual.
They gonna
Like, I
get some
drink my
lame ass
coffee out of
excuse.
Pyrex. I drink my coffee out of Pyrex. Like, this thing has
You
multiple
say you
uses.
dealing with a ghetto individual.
You know
I
what
love
I'm talking
it.
about? Like, I took this cup from my nephew. My name ain't Ethan. I
Stolen.
took this cup from my nephew. Like, I need a cup. I need a big cup of water. Like, you're dealing with a gangster individual, right? So I know a lot of these geeks in wrestling are scared, but we do what we do.
Yup.
We know what we're doing. We're gonna entertain the fans. We're gonna win your belts.
Fucking
and
nerds.
They're gonna love to hate us. They're gonna love to hate us. They're gonna love
Fucking
to hate us.
bums.
So you
Stay
want
in your
real
mom's
heat?
basement.
You want real heat? Bring us out. Cut the check. Get the flight. Get the hotel. Because we not in wrestling to lose money. I'm not trying to fly myself out, pay my own hotel, and you give me $100. Do I look like $100 wrestler? Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out
I'm
of
tired
here.
of this shit. I'm tired of it.
Fuck out of here. I'm so with you guys. It's not even funny, but I can't take up more of you guys' time. Like, I appreciate y'all so much. And thank you on behalf of everybody here at WR for an awesome show. I'm going to give you all the floor real quick, just one by one, to plug everything you want to plug. One more, and then we'll take this one home. But man, if you weren't ready for Tuesday, you are now, my friends.
Yo, you already know who it is. It's the radioactive Poppy, Danny Limelight. I'm on all social media at Danny Limelight. Catch me Tuesday at Oxnard for United Wrestling Network, defending the World Tag Team Champions against Fly Death. You can catch me weekly at Reality of Wrestling. Reality of Wrestling, WWEID, Reality of Wrestling, World Champion. And then I got a bunch of movies coming out, man. Stay tuned. Got a bunch of films coming out. We're doing it major. 5150, hasta la muerte y después, putos.
I love it, Slice. Let's hear from you.
Just like Danny said, November 18th, Oxnard, United Wrestling Networks. We come in the tag team championships. We go home and celebrate Thanksgiving tag team championships. I'm also Winner Circle Pro heavyweight champion. We got a show coming up in January. If you want to support my school, Santino Brothers, we have a show November 28th with the young guys. You know, I'm the head trainer. I'm the first 3-time heavyweight champ at Santino Bros. But if you want to see some of the best local wrestling in California, where the best wrestlers are being trained, pull up to Santino Brothers November 28th. Slice Boogie, King of the Concrete Jungle. You know I'm dead ass.
No doubt about it. Thank you both so much for everything today. We appreciate y'all so much. Don't miss this match on the 18th, my friends. Don't be slacking in any ways. We've got 5150, in my eyes, the tag team of the year in professional wrestling on this interview. Thank you on behalf of everybody at WR, me and Shad, Slice, Danny, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you soon.
And tell them fuck